All right, Cord, take it away.
Okay, hello everyone. Today we're going to be talking about certified payrolls and how to process them when the contractor submits it to us in ACC. And before going into the actual step-by-step process, I wanted to take you through the settings and just wanted to make sure our review settings are set up correctly along with our form template settings. So we have two tabs here. The first one is in ACC Docs under Reviews. This is where the contractor will submit their payroll, and you'll be able to see the first review here that we've set up. And then the second tab is ACC Forms within ACC Build. And this is where you'll be able to create the checklist. The first thing you want to do is check within your forms and go into the Certified Payroll Checklist template. Make sure, if you look on your right over here, that whoever needs to create the form has edit capability. So in most cases, it will be you or your project team, project engineer. So make sure that your name is here so that you'll be able to create the form in ACC. And you'll be able to add viewers as to who will be able to see the form here. And once you do that, click Save, and then your template should be set up for you to create forms. Moving back to reviews, if we go all the way to the right, we go into settings, click on the certified payroll workflow. Want to make sure that your contractor team has access to be able to initiate a certified payroll review. So if they don't fall within these three preset roles, make sure that your contractor is switched to one of these roles so that they have access for certified, well, not only certified payrolls, but for the entire project. They need to have this contractor access. And then make sure anybody who's going to be reviewing the payrolls is under these three roles, or you can individually add them here. And then you can add any, review status, but in most cases it's going to be acknowledged, rejected. Some people I've seen added revise and resubmit, but essentially it's the same thing here. So once you do that, you can click save, and then both workflows should be set up. All right, so let's get into the actual certified payroll step by step. So when a contractor submits the file, it's going to be uploaded into files, and then they're going to upload it to the specified folder that you have within the general folder. So it will be under certified payroll. As you can see, a payroll was uploaded, let's say by the contractor. And whenever it's uploaded, it's going to say under this review status, it's going to say in review. So that's when you know that you have something in your review. An email will also be sent to you, an automated email from ACC. So you'll know when something is submitted to you. So we're going to go into reviews. We see review number 1, certified payroll. You can click into this, and then you'll be able to see the payroll here. So if I click into it, I'll be able to see. All right, so now we can see the payroll here. And now we're going to go into forms. So once we have the payroll here that was submitted by the contractor, we're going to go into forms. We're going to create the form. So click create form, and then scroll down to certified payroll checklist. Once that's loaded up, you'll be able to fill out the form here. And the first thing you want to do is obviously you want to add the description. So typically you have a description here, and what I'll do is I'll copy this and copy it into the description. That way, when you're on your forms list out in ACC, I will show it to you right now. If you go back to all your certified payrolls, you'll be able to see a description as to when the date was versus having this blank here. Because not all times you'll be reviewing it on the same date as the payroll. So let's go back into the form. And once you fill out everything on the actual form, you want to make sure that this is one of the most important steps, is that you add a reference. That way, the payroll that the contractor submitted can be linked to your checklist that you submitted. So I'm going to go into add references. I'm going to go to files. Then I'm going to go to project files, go under the folder that has a certified payroll where the contractor submitted it, go add file. And now we can see that the payroll here that the contractor submitted is linked to the actual checklist that you are creating and filling out. So it can be easily accessible. If you click onto this reference here, it will pull up the payroll that is associated with the checklist that you created. I cannot close out of the tab. Okay. So now once everything is filled out, once you add the reference, you add the description, make sure the date is correct, you can go ahead and submit that checklist. And what will happen is once you submit it, the form will close out and the status will stay closed. And if you go back out to all forms, you can see on the left-hand side here, certified payroll checklist. It has its own folder, so you'll be able to see only certified payroll checklists that you created. The next step is to go back into reviews. Once you've reviewed this payroll, you've closed out the checklist, then you can click Start Review. And then you can place your status of what the payroll, what the content of the payroll was for. So either you acknowledge it or you reject it. If the payroll is rejected and needs revisions, then you can click Rejected, and then you can add a comment. So you can say, please revise here. Or if it's not rejected and it looks good to you, then you can acknowledge the payroll and then click Submit Review. And this will send out a notification to the necessary participants of this review. And then click Submit. Everybody will get an email stating that this review has been closed and acknowledged. If there is a comment, it will also mention the comment in the review. If it is rejected, you can always leave a comment saying, please revise and resubmit in another review. And typically that's what will happen. If you do need revisions for the payrolls, then another payroll will be submitted as like number 1R or week ending 95 or September 25th, R1, and then a new review process will be created, and then you'll just follow the same process again. So if I go out of reviews, I can see that this review is closed. And moreover, if I go into files, I can also see it from this page where if I go into my certified payrolls, I can see that this specific certified payroll was acknowledged. So that's it. Thank you.
Oh, quick questions.
Mhm.
Couple of questions. In the event that the review isn't started, can the engineer just start their own review for that particular payroll document?
What do you mean if the review is not? Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. So if, let me share my screen again. So if the contractor just uploaded it to here
Hmm.
and didn't start the review, yeah,
Yeah.
the engineer could do that. But I mean, ideally, the contractor is starting that review process so that they can get the email when it's reviewed. Otherwise,
Right.
if the engineer starts it and then finishes it, then the contractor will not get an email. Yeah.
All right. Um, I think. And the have you seen any events where the contractor submits like the same file, but it just updates the versioning of that same certified payroll week ending?
Um, I have I have seen that, but I think the best practice is to rename it to R1 instead of uploading it to a different version because then a new review won't be created on top of it.
Hmm. Oh, I see, I see.
Yeah, it'll still say rejected on the review status.
Oh, that way you can just see the actual different reviews that
Yeah.
occur.
Yeah, and
All
then you
right.
can follow the trail as to this one was rejected, why it was rejected, here's the comment, and yeah, and when it was resubmitted and all of that.
Okay. That's all the questions I had. Sounds good. Thank you for your
Okay.
time, Cord.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Is it okay if we stop the recording?
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah. I have one question.